cold as a razor blade.
Back for another episode of The Snake Pit, and this week we are dipping back into the archives to continue the fun looking back at old episodes of Ask Jake Anything. Man, it has been a blast going back and listening to these episodes and kind of reviewing some of these crazy moments from Jake's career that, again, we might otherwise not discuss on episodes because you guys take us in directions that we never expect here. We get stories from Jake that we never would have probably heard before. You know, he on this episode in particular, you're going to hear a story about Jake getting chewed out by Bruno Sammartino. You're also going to hear what Jake might have selected as an alternative gimmick and a response to some comments made by Cody Rhodes not all that long ago. So, man, it was a blast going back to review this one. I hope that you guys enjoy it. I've gotten a lot of positive feedback from people saying that they love that these episodes are kind of extended. You know, I know that a lot of you are listening to this on your commute to work, or maybe you're listening to it while you're at work. Whatever the circumstances, I know that being able to eat up some time and get some entertainment is a priority to you guys. And I'm glad that we're able to provide it on these compilation episodes. I hope that you enjoy it, and I hope that you'll join us next week right here on The Snake Pit. Well, you know, Jake, I mentioned that you were in Pittsburgh this past weekend, and it makes me want to ask as well, before we get into these fan questions. Here will be my fan question for the week. Do you have any memories, working in Pittsburgh or specifically the old Civic Arena here?
I just remember the first time I was booked there. I showed up 45 minutes late and got my ass chewed by Bruno Sammartino.
Really?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Now, do you remember why you were late?
Yeah, we were looking for some dope.
Well, that'll do it.
Yeah.
Now, when you say we, who are you looking for some dope with?
I think it was me and Morocco.
Well, he's one of the usual suspects when it comes to that.
Yeah, that's what they say.
Now, what did Sammartino have to say to you exactly?
They just told me there wasn't a good excuse for being late.
Did you explain to him that you're trying to find some dope?
No, I didn't go that far.
Maybe you would have understood.
Maybe you would have.
Yeah, I have my doubts. While we're talking about Bruno Sammartino, who's obviously a Pittsburgh stalwart and, a legendary wrestler in his own right, recently on social media, a clip just surfaced of you tag teaming with Bruno Sammartino and Tito Santana against the Hart Foundation and the Honky Tonk Man. That was something I did not know happened, and it's such a cool piece of history that you got to team up with Bruno. What was it like stepping into the ring with Bruno and being around him in general?
It was a pleasure, man. He's quite the gentleman.
And can't really overstate what a legendary figure he was, even at this point in his career. He was older, but he was probably about as big of an icon in wrestling as there ever was before Hulk Hogan came along, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Really cool you got to team up with Bruno. A fun little footnote in your storied career. But all right, that's enough of my questions. Let's go ahead and see how many of these fan questions we can hit. Guy Hale is up first. He says, which WWF manager do you think you would have fit with the best if you had to choose one?
That's a tough question.
Mm-hmm.
But I think I'd go with Slick.
Slick. That is not what I was expecting. Why Slick?
What were you expecting?
I figured it was going to be like, well, who do most people consider the best manager? Bobby Heenan. So that's where my head went.
I couldn't go with Heenan.
Why no Heenan?
Just he doesn't fit.
He was a little bit too much for you and your character.
Yeah.
Now, why do you think you would have switched your gimmick like Kamala? If you or not like Kamala, like one man gang, if you got with Slick?
Yeah, maybe.
We would have got funky like a monkey, Jake.
There you go,
man. Folks, if you are not on the YouTube, you are really missing out because Jake just treated us to the Akeem dance there for a sec. It was a very special moment.
I could go.
Honestly, I think it could have worked with you. Put Jake in the Akeem gimmick for a couple months with Slick. If you had to pick between two gimmicks, as either the Stone Mountain Dream, taking on the Akeem gimmick, or as you and I have talked about here on the show before, heel Jake as a vampire, which one are you going with?
The vampire.
You as a vampire, I will beat that drum until the day I die. That is a great gimmick for Jake Roberts.
I think it would be awesome.
I like if circumstances have been different and you came back in 1996 and all of a sudden you have this white snake, but you're also a fucking vampire, like whew, that could have been great shit.
That could have been some cool shit.
Absolutely, man. It's a lot better than what they brought you in with. So I don't know, missed opportunities, pal.
There we go.
NFVX, I guess. I don't know. It's weird lettering. They ask, Jake, tell us about your time. Then they shared a picture. They say, Jake, tell us about your time in French Club.
Oh my God. The only reason I was in French was because I was the only guy.
Man, that's a good move.
So I'm not just a pretty face and a short dick. I know some shit.
Now, did things go as you had planned because you're there with all those ladies?
Oh, hell yeah, I did.
See, that's a trick. It's if you're a guy in theater or in French Club, for example, you're probably one of the few guys, and that opens up some doors, pal.
Yeah, I mean, there were like 25 girls in that class, and I was the only guy.
By the way, again, folks, if you are not watching here on YouTube, we just pulled up a picture of Jake in high school in French Club, and boy, it was something pretty interesting here on the Snake Pit this week.
I was a handsome devil, wasn't I?
You were a good-looking kid. You were tall. You were surrounded by all these girls. It's like you got me wanting to go to a French Club.
There you go.
William Wedge is up next. What was one wrestler? This is probably a question that you and I have answered here on the show at some point, but I can't for the life of me remember your answer, so we'll do it here now. He asked, what was the one wrestler you wished you had a match with?
Oh, there's so many of them that I wished I'd worked with, man. Are you kidding? I'd like to work with Randy Orton.
Oh, man.
I would have liked to have worked with Steve Austin some more.
Hell yeah.
Then I would have liked to work with Hogan.
You only had, what, 2 or 3 occasions with Hogan?
Twice.
Yeah, that's not enough.
No.
Man, it's for me, the one guy that always stuck out for me when it came to you as a guy that you would have had good chemistry with is Jeff Jarrett, who we saw on Dynamite recently, and fighting Bryan Danielson. Like he was such a good small heel that I think babyface Jake and that dynamic with him could have been really entertaining.
That would have been good. That could have been really good.
Blake Schmerler, I guess. He actually reached out to me personally on Twitter, and he asked, in your own words, what does it mean to you to know how many people you've directly and indirectly helped, sharing your life story and your struggles with addiction and abuse? You truly are an inspiration to so many people. You beat your demons and come out on the other side.
It does my heart good. It really does, man. It means the world to me. As many people as I've touched with my wrestling, I hope that I wind up touching even more with my choice to come out with my addiction problems. There's nothing worse in this world than addiction, man. It's really a nasty beast. It ruins not only yourself, but it ruins your family and so many others. And just know that I'm out here. If you need help, give me a shout.
That's right. Jake is living proof of what you can do whenever you decide that you're done being victimized by your addictions, and so he can certainly help you if you're struggling with it. And Jake, I know that you're a private person, and putting yourself out there is not always a really comfortable thing, especially when it comes to something as personal as addiction. When DDP comes to you with the idea that he wants to do the resurrection of Jake the Snake, were you hesitant to put that story out there at all?
Yeah, of course I was. Of course I was. I was so ashamed of myself at the time. To be where I was at and be talking about putting my story out there. Are you kidding? I didn't even want to think about it.
Mm-hmm.
But as I got better, I started changing my mind.
And you even said it's like your brain started to work differently again, like the way that it had prior to addiction, right?
Absolutely.
So it changes your perspective on like, okay, well, maybe putting the story out there might not be something that makes you personally feel good about you, but it makes you feel good because you can help others with the story.
Absolutely.
Uh, if you guys haven't seen The Resurrection of Jake the Snake, I know it's available on streaming, and I believe it's available for free on some streaming services. So go out of your way to check that out because it's an incredible story. Um, Hoagie Capone is up next. Who did you like better as a person, Vince McMahon or Jim Crockett Jr.?
Oh, Vince McMahon.
Wow. All right. What was it about Crockett Jr. that rubbed you raw?
He's just snooty.
Ah, okay.
He was real snooty.
Was Vince a little bit more relatable?
Yeah. Yeah, you could get in there and talk to Vince if you wanted to.
We hear a lot about how people would have to, like, you get to the building if you wanted to have a private moment with Vince, a lot of guys would have to stand in line and wait your turn to get into his office and talk to him. Were you trying to get in there and bend his ear as often as you could, or how would that go if you had something you wanted to bring up to Vince?
Usually, whenever I told him I wanted to talk to him, he was ready right then.
Really?
Yeah.
So it says a lot about his respect for you.
Yeah.
Next up, we've got Foster Hayes, who asks, "What was everybody backstage thinking going into WrestleMania 6 and Hogan versus Warrior? Neither was known to be a great worker, but both great entertainers." So, Jake, at the same event, you worked with Ted DiBiase, and a lot of people consider that an all-time great WrestleMania match. As a matter of fact, I just ended my recording of Ted DiBiase, and he named that as his favorite match of all time. Is that match with you? Which, for context, he had a main event at another WrestleMania against Randy Savage, but he liked his match with you better. Were the two of you thinking you'd steal the show, or was the spectacle of Hogan and Warrior too much to overcome?
That was never the thought. Uh, it was never my idea to try to steal the show. In fact, that would be the furthest thing from my mind. But I know that coming up to it, whenever I seen that match, I'm like, oh, this is going to be a clusterfuck. And that match changed my mind, changed my thinking about Hulk Hogan.
Really?
Yeah, it absolutely did. Yeah, because
How so?
he went out there and made the match work. And they put some time in too.
They did.
Yeah,
It's
he,
kind of evidence that less is more, right?
he made that match work. And it was all him.
It certainly was.
Yeah. So
And
that match right there changed my thinking about Hulkster.
And that the whole, like, slow build to it where there's a lot of looking around and mugging at the audience, and then it's like a sort of a lock-up moment and break away from each other, hitting the ropes type stuff, slamming into each other, trying to knock each other down. Like, it was a good story. It really was. Was it an all-time Matt classic? No, but, people still look back fondly at that match.
Absolutely. And it was a lot better than everybody thought it was going to be.
It damn sure was. Jake, have you ever seen Hulk versus The Rock at WrestleMania 18 by any chance?
I haven't.
Man, so a lot of people actually compare that to Hulk versus Warrior just because of the incredible spectacle and the story that they told. And it actually took place in the same arena, the Sky Dome in Toronto. And that one, those two are considered all-time great matches. And it's like, not guys who are known as, a Bret Hart or a Jake Roberts in the ring either.
Right.
Wrestle Nerd, it's got weird spelling. He asks, is there anyone that Jake owes an apology to that he never got to see in person? On the other side, is there anyone that Jake wishes he would have gotten an apology from? Well, that's a weird one.
No, I think I'm clean there, man.
That's a good thing.
You know, My only expectation would be for one certain guy, but I'm not going to even mention his name. So,
We don't bury anybody here on the snake pit when we can help it.
yeah.
At least not outwardly. Sometimes we'll have cutting remarks here and there. But so does that go into this whole somebody owing you an apology?
Yeah.
Presumably. Okay. All right. Well, we won't pick that scab.
No.
Aaron Hindle is up next. What does Jake think of his old tag team partner Dory Funk Jr. climbing back into the wrestling ring for an explosive death match at 83 years old? Jake, have you heard about this?
No, I haven't.
It's supposed to go down in Japan, and I guess it's a kind of a tribute to his brother Terry, who was in all those explosive death matches over there. And 83-year-old Dory, who you once told me that watching him wrestle was painful. he's, he's taking his old ass back into the ring. What are your thoughts when you hear that?
My God, please stop. Stop the carnage. That's just so fucking ridiculous. Nothing good can happen.
No.
Nothing good can happen in this situation. You hope that nobody gets hurt, but I don't see that happening either. Somebody's going to get hurt.
Fuck yes.
And it's probably going to be Dory at 83.
83 years old, stepping back in. Not just a match, Jake, where he could stand on the apron and, kill time. Nope. An explosive death match.
Yeah, that makes all the sense in the world.
Is there a dollar figure somebody could offer you to be involved in an explosive death match, Jake?
Fuck no.
Even like, let's say a 30-year-old Jake Roberts?
Nope. There's no for it.
No, I'm sitting here at my age, and training and wrestling, and I'm thinking like, hey, if somebody asked me to do an explosive death match, the answer is no. I'm not doing it.
Yeah, it's fucking worse shit.
God bless Dory Funk Jr. Hope he's okay when it's all said and done.
Yeah.
Chris Good is up next. Who do you think you'd have a better program with, Bret Hart or Shawn Michaels? These two always come up with you, and I think it's because you tend to say that they weren't necessarily as good as they're always made out to be.
Yeah, well, I think I'd have the better match probably with Shawn.
Oh, really? Now, him as a heel or you as a heel?
Me as a heel.
Yeah, because he's got to be the one bouncing around for you, right?
Yeah.
Is it just like Bret's technical style? You don't think it was a good mesh with you?
It wouldn't be as good as, it wouldn't be as explosive as what I could do with Shawn.
I would agree with that. Eric Freelander is up next, and he asks, I heard Dutch Mantel we might end up cutting this one out of it. I heard Dutch Mantel talking about Michael Hayes and Buddy Roberts peeing on people. Has Jake ever heard about this rumor?
Absolutely true.
It is true.
Oh, yeah.
What can you tell us about them pissing on people, Jake?
Oh, they used to put piss in a squirt gun.
What?
And squirt the crowd. Open your mouth. Open your mouth. Squirting piss in their mouth.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
Presumably they were heels at the time.
Yeah.
So Jake, back when you're backstage, and are you seeing them pee into squirt guns?
Yeah.
What's your first thought as somebody who grew up in wrestling, and this is their manner for getting heat or just having fun?
Keep that fucking shit away from me.
Oh man. Wow. Okay. I was expecting like, no, I never heard anything about that, but no, it's rumors are true.
Oh yeah, it's true.
Now, the other thing that it's kind of jogging my memory. The other thing that I was hearing about them was like they would be at a bar and having drinks, and some guy would just be next to them, and they would just kind of casually whip their dicks out and piss on the guy's leg. Were you ever there for that?
Yeah. Yeah.
Boy, there's just no business like wrestling, is there?
No, you got that right. Entertainment.
Who's getting entertained though? It's the boys half the time.
Back.
David asks, would Jake rather have great payoffs and a terrible opponent like with Warrior, or moderate payoffs with a great program?
Moderate with great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why would you want that over the instant gratification of the money?
Because I wasn't in it for the money. I was in it for the joy of wrestling.
Wow. So you, like, more importantly to you was going out there and putting on really strong matches.
Yeah. Yeah.
So all that being said, do you think if you had to, like, if you had your choice, would you forego a WWF run and all the money that came with that to continue working in like Georgia and book and be able to work with guys that you want?
I didn't say that.
Because eventually you've got to get to the point where you're making money.
Yeah. I didn't go that far.
Cyrus Xavier asks, who did you like calling your matches? I always loved the banter that Bobby the Brain had with whoever he was with.
Did Bobby call a match?
He's called a couple of your matches before, yeah.
Oh. What was the question?
Well, he was asking who is, and my first thought was like, okay, calling matches in the ring, but what he means is like, who did you like on commentary for your matches?
It didn't matter.
You didn't care who.
I didn't care who.
Did you ever feel like there was anybody who captured Jake Roberts better than anyone else?
No.
Wow. There is one.
I listened to the commentary, so.
Oh, okay. There is one moment that was really cool, and I'm not sure if you've ever seen the clip of it, but when you came out for Royal Rumble 92, it was Piper and Flair in the ring, and you kind of just let them do their own thing for a while, which is a great moment in the Rumble. But as you're coming out, they really put you over, where they both very slowly said, as soon as the bell rang, they were like, Jake the Snake Roberts. And it was like such a cool kind of a quiet moment. That was Heenan and Gorilla Monsoon. Have you ever seen that clip by any chance?
No, I haven't.
I'll have to send it to you because it really kind of puts over like, oh shit, one of the most dangerous people in wrestling just walked out there. So yeah, it's great. And by the way, I watched Flair watch back that clip at one point, and he spent about 10 minutes just putting you over and saying what a great performer you were. So there's a little footnote for you.
Surprise, surprise.
Yeah, the Nature Boy's a big fan of Jake the Snake.
Well,
Carl Ricor asks, what was another Bobby Heenan question? What was Bobby the Brain Heenan like backstage? Was he as funny off camera as he was on camera?
yes. Yeah, he was always laughing.
Now he's got that real quick wit, and he could bite people with it. Like, were you buddies with him, or would he get on your nerves, or how'd you feel about him?
He didn't come after me much.
Okay, because you had a fucking snake that you could fuck back with him with.
There you go.
All right. We'll do a couple more and get out of here, Jake. Peter D wants to know, what was the worst injury you have ever taken to the nuts?
Oh. I split my nutsack.
Whoa.
Yeah. Yeah.
Doing what?
Believe it or not, getting into the ring.
Really?
I was outside the ring, and I had the rope, and I was leaning back, and I'd pull up myself up and punch the guy. And I punched the guy. He took a bump backwards, and I went to get into the ring, and my foot slipped off, and I nutted myself.
Oh, God.
And it split my nutsack a little bit.
Like a bad cut?
It wasn't good.
There is no good cut down there.
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, like stitches?
No,
Thank,
no stitches.
thank God for that.
Yeah.
Holy shit. Boy, I was expecting somebody accidentally catching you with a knee or something, but that is way worse. Jake, how do you treat a split nut sack?
You leave that motherfucker alone.
Probably your best bet. I bet you were very gingerly climbing between the ropes for a while after that.
Yeah, I learned a lesson there.
I'm gonna hope that that's a lesson that I don't have to learn as I'm
Yeah,
getting into the ring. All right, last question. Brian Keever asks, I loved hearing about Jake's ladder match with JYD in Calgary. Thank you, Brian. Did Jake ever do another ladder match?
absolutely not.
How do you think you would have done because again, that ladder match was a leaning ladder against the fucking rafters. How do you think you would have done with an A-frame ladder?
I wouldn't do it.
So nobody would have been able to talk you into it.
No.
Wow. Hypothetically though, Jake, if you were just offered a shit pile of money and they're putting you in this match, how are you structuring a ladder match with an A-frame, the typical ladder match?
I will gladly go after anybody that goes up the ladder. How about that?
Okay. So you yourself are not winning this match.
No, I'm not.
Okay. The other guy gets to go over, but you'll go ahead and hit him with some shit off the ladder.
Absolutely. I'll turn the ladder over. I don't mind doing that.
Now, what about as simple as that spot, which happens in every single ladder match, where the one guy's climbing one side, you climb the other side, and you punch each other until one of you falls off? Would you do that?
That.
Okay.
He fell off.
The funny thing is, though, is if you're not falling off, then your options are you can reach up and grab the belt, or you can climb back down the ladder to give the guy more punishment, or you can take a bump. So which one of those do you think you're going to end up with?
I jump off on the guy with an elbow.
Okay, there's another solution. All right, guys, it is time to take a quick break to talk about a subject that I know is near and dear in the hearts of all men everywhere. Of course, I'm talking about your penis. So we all know that guys enter the room dick first, and that's because our penis is like one of our most important appendages, right? And it's really important that little guy acts up when he's supposed to. I mean, we've all been there as guys, right? You're in the bedroom, your partner's ready, you're ready, but you look down there between your legs and your little guy's just down there staring at the carpet. That doesn't work for me, brother. That's why I turned to Blue Chew. Blue Chew isn't just a tablet, it's a cheat code for your crotch. Stronger, harder, longer lasting, like somebody gave your little partner down there an energy drink and he's just ready to go. I mean, don't take my word for it. Try it for yourself, pal. Blue Chew is going to get that thing so hard you could hammer a nail with it. You could hang a paint can off of it. You couldn't turn the head of it with a pipe wrench. There are a lot of ways to describe Blue Chew's wonderful effects, but more than anything, it's about giving you confidence. Confidence is key, and if you're not feeling it, you know that your partner is not going to be feeling it either, and then nobody has a good time. Take advantage of Blue Chew. It might just be giving you the best sex of your entire life, and you've been missing out on it up until this moment. Not anymore. We're hooking you up. And Blue Chew is about more than just performance, too. This is also about legacy. You know that your partner is in a group chat talking about how things went or didn't go in the bedroom. Give them something to talk about. Nothing makes you more of a legend than a little Blue Chew. Discover your options right now at bluechew.com. We've got a special deal for our listeners. As always, get your first month of Blue Chew free. Just use promo code DDPSNAKE at checkout and pay $5 for shipping. That's it. Join Blue Chew's mission to upgrade humanity one thrust at a time. Head to bluechew.com for details and safety info, and we want to give Blue Chew a big thanks for sponsoring the Snake Pit. All right, first question we've got is from Peter Alonso, who asks, back in an old Observer, I saw where you were getting harassed by fans after a Georgia newspaper gave away your home address when they reported on a legal incident where you punched a guy in Florida. What can you tell us about this? So if you remember back, this would have been late 1988. You got into a physical altercation. We talked about this on an earlier episode. I didn't know that you were harassed, though.
Yeah, I was harassed, man. People were coming to the door all times of the night. They get drunk and come by my house.
Oh.
It was really aggravating. Of course, there were some young ladies that came by.
Oh, no.
Really pissed the wife off.
I'm sure she did not like that.
And then I got pissed off because one of them said, your daughter seems nice. So that pissed me off.
Damn, it's an insult to injury there.
Yeah,
Now, was there like a reckoning for this newspaper giving away your damn address?
I don't know, man. It was pretty shitty, I thought.
Yeah, that like honestly, that feels like it could have been like a lawsuit or something.
No,
Man,
no, public information, man.
dude, brutal. Like the fact that you A had to go to court over some horse shit like this, and B had to deal with fans just showing up at your house, miserable.
Yeah, plus it cost me $250,000.
There's that too.
Yeah,
You hopefully made that slap well worth it on that guy.
it wasn't worth that.
It was hard to think of a slap that would be. There's a picture that went viral not too long ago, Jake. Actually, I don't know, it might have been a handful of years ago, but it's of Arn Anderson on his front porch signing a belt, and Arn's like shirtless. It looks like he just woke up from a nap. And here, some fan came and knocked on his door, found out where he lived, and said, "Hey, will you sign this belt for me?" Arn was kind enough to sign it. What's the reaction from Jake the Snake if a fan just shows up at his house?
I had my wife drop kick him off the porch.
See, I like that. It keeps you baby face, plus the fan gets what they deserve.
Absolutely.
Yeah, here's a pro tip from somebody who works on like the outside of wrestling. Don't show up at people's fucking houses, guys. Don't do it.
Not cool.
Eric Druce, I don't know. Did you ever think about getting rid of your mustache? Another mustache question. Or cutting your hair short while you were in the WWF? Feels like a lot of people change their look often nowadays.
Yeah, absolutely not, man.
Why not?
Why should I?
That's a good question. I guess there was really no reason. And actually, last week, I think it was last week, was World Beard Day or something, and you got a photo up on your social media of you with a hell of a beard back during your Florida days.
Yeah, I did that too.
Now, there was never a thought in your head like, hey, what if I just grew out a full beard again?
No, it was too much aggravation.
I got you. The mustache is still covered. It covered up your upper lip, but kept things simple.
Yep.
I'm with it. R.W. Bivens is up next. If not a snake, what would have been another cool animal / name to bring? Jake the Blank Roberts.
Maybe Batman.
Oh, Jake the Bat Roberts.
That could have been a bat.
Holy shit, I like it.
And they drove my wife nuts.
What, the bats?
Bats got in her house.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
What was the solution when a bat gets into Cheryl's house?
Not good.
Did you have to murder a bat, Jake?
Oh, it's against the law.
Oh, it is?
Yeah.
You can't kill. Whoa. I said, that bat's a home intruder, man. You should be able to kill it.
Yeah, well, you can't.
Damn. All right. So you would be okay with carrying a bat to the ring as long as it didn't have like rabies or whatever?
Oh, no, if it did, it'd be even better.
Holy shit. What a gimmick that would be. You'd come out foaming at the mouth.
Yeah, absolutely.
I was like trying to think of like an animal that's small enough for you to carry to the ring and not a hassle. I was like, I don't know, Jake the kitty cat Roberts, the hamster.
Right.
I don't know. There's not a ton of great options. David. Go ahead.
Oh hell, I forgot what the damn name of the animal is. It moves real slow.
Sloth.
The sloth.
Jake the Sloth Roberts.
Yeah.
And you could like really take your time getting to the ring.
Move slow.
You'd have like a 20-minute allotment, and you'd use 17 of it getting to the ring.
Here you go, man.
See, I think that, man, you wouldn't have to take as many bumps. That's thinking outside the box.
Oh, absolutely.
For those of you who have not heard, Jake had a really interesting gimmick that he pitched for Jim the Anvil Neidhart at one point. Jake, would you recount that real quick?
Oh, man. I told him he should be a mole. Come out to the ring and demand darkness. Turn all the lights off. Turn the lights off. They're much too bright. Finally, when the lights go off, he gets in the ring, nails his opponent. When the lights come back on, his opponent's already down.
There you go, because he had the advantage because he can see better.
That's it.
Ah, see, now this is good. Now, was that a shoot or were you ribbing?
I was shooting.
What did Jim have to say when he pitched this angle?
He liked it.
Did he really?
Yeah.
I mean, they made him fucking Who or whatever they called him there for a while. They should have gone with this instead.
Absolutely.
Missed opportunities, dude. As speaking of ribs, Dave Himes is up next, and he asks, "What's the best rib you ever saw?" We may have talked about this, but I can't remember.
Oh gosh, I don't know, man.
Probably quite a few of them.
Yeah, there's too many of them.
Give it some thought. Maybe we'll try it again next episode. Peter D, our old pal, is up next. He says, "Hi, Jake. Sid's career ended when he did a move that the bosses ordered him to do. Were you ever told to do a move that you were uncomfortable with?"
Yeah, DDT and Ricky Steamboat.
Oh, okay. Yes, that's we just talked about that last episode. Jake, did you ever see the clip of Sid breaking his leg?
Yeah, I've seen it.
Apparently, Johnny Ace came to him and said, "Hey, I think that your big boot would mean a lot more if you jumped off the top rope and hit somebody. And all that weight coming down on one leg was a bit too much for Sid."
I didn't know that.
Yeah. Yeah, so Johnny Ace is to thank for that one. Peter D has got another question. He asks, "You have known Vince McMahon for decades. Currently, he's under fire from all corners. Can you tell us some positive stories about him from your perspective? What's your most positive, happy Vince story?"
Well, he did an awful lot for professional wrestling. There's no doubt about that. You look at it, you look at what always accomplished WrestleManias. Yeah. Somebody had to do it, but it had to be him.
So there you go. He's contributed a lot to wrestling.
Oh, he did, for sure.
Now, there is a lot of doom and gloom surrounding Vince at this time, and it makes me wonder. You did get to spend a lot of time around him. Did you see him I don't know, acting nice to children or taking care of the needy or anything like that over the course of your time?
Sure, he did.
Okay, it's I don't know. It's he seems like a really complicated man, and right now everybody's kind of piling on him, and deservedly so if he did some of the things that he's being accused of.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's I don't know. Not everybody's all bad.
No, definitely not.
Matt Johns is up next. Another Vince-related question. Hypothetically, if you weren't with AEW and Vince decided to start his own wrestling company and wanted you to be Booker, would you go and work for him?
Sure.
Yeah?
Yeah.
All right. So apparently your experiences around him weren't all that terrible.
Well, I just want to go back and see if I can get one more.
Hell yes. Plus, you being Booker, wait, one more what?
Get to kiss his ass.
See, if you were booking, though, you could book him to kiss your ass. Join the Kiss Your Ass Club.
Exactly.
See, I love this idea. Patrick Becker is up next. He asks, "Tell us a story when you had to get physical with a mark, maybe at a bar or on the road. Did that ever happen to you?"
Oh, yeah.
What happened there?
Well, better yet, I can tell you one where the guy came to the ring.
Oh, yeah. Tell us.
Yeah, it was in Wheeling, West Virginia. And I was fighting Ronnie Garvin. And threw him out of the ring and went out, and this guy just stands up. I couldn't believe it. The fucking guy had to be 6'8". 350 pounds.
Holy shit.
Maybe even 400. He's like, "Hey, you better leave him alone." I told him to go sit down, you stupid fucking hick. Then he didn't. So I pulled Ronnie up and I nailed Ronnie, and the guy starts walking towards me, and I'm like, oh my God, I can see him out of the corner of my eye. And I'm like, what am I going to do this? Well, I got to give him my best shot. I may get my ass kicked, but I'm going to get one good shot in. And I spun and I hit him, man. I caught him right on the chin. and it was like slow motion. He fell in slow motion. And he was out. Knocked him out.
Holy shit.
Yeah, I got lucky.
The big monster, you knocked him out. You got to be coming backstage, and it's all the handshakes and high fives, right?
Oh yeah, I did too.
Now after that happened, this has got to be Georgia, whatever, 83, something like that. Like I'm thinking you must have developed a reputation. Like, hey, maybe don't fuck with Jake.
Well, it didn't hurt.
That's holy shit! A guy that size getting knocked out one punch. Woo, good stuff, Jake.
I drilled him.
Now, did you find that like a lot of guys would try to test you at the bar? They find out, oh, you're some big tough wrestler. I can kind of hear it in my head now.
Yeah, we got that. Usually a headbutt to the nose stopped all the bullshit.
That'll slow somebody down right away.
Yeah, that's what I did. I mean, I would convince them that they couldn't punch me in the stomach and knock the wind out of me.
Yeah.
So when they do it, I just fly my head forward and hit them in the nose.
So you take a shot, but you give an even better one.
Yeah, absolutely.
You used to say it during your promos. I give a little, but I take a lot.
That's it.
Joe Horner has got a great question. Joe Horner, you are the MVP of this episode for this question because this is something that's been a recurring topic on the show, and it's something I love bringing up just because it cracks me up whenever I think about it. Hey guys, he says it too. It always cracks me up when you two talk about Jake coming back to the WWF as a vampire in 1996 as alternative booking. Because Jake was in the writer's room, how would he book himself as a vampire? Would he be biting opponents' necks?
Oh, absolutely. And drawing blood.
You'd have to. You're a vampire.
Oh, yeah.
I'm like just thinking about the booking of that angle. I feel like I would at some point love to just sit down and do a full episode of like if Jake was a vampire in 1996, just because it always makes me laugh thinking about it. But while it makes me laugh, I'm also like it's kind of good shit because you had just come back from Mexico not too long ago. It's like that could be the story. Like you got bit by a vampire while you're down there, and that's your new character.
Those damn bats, man.
That's a vampire bat down there south of the border, and now Jake Roberts is a vampire. I mean, you could still have the snake. All of it just works.
It does.
Oh, man. Missed opportunities, dude. Paul Kane is up next. So many wrestlers were into lifting weights. What did your training consist of at your peak?
I lifted a lot of weight.
Yeah.
And I trained.
Now, were you more of like a cardio guy when you go to the gym? Or you pumping a ton of iron? Or what was like your preferred routine?
Just a ton of iron, man. You know, sets and sets of heavy weight.
Do you happen to remember your best bench press by any chance?
It's 315.
Holy shit, that's really good, man.
Yeah.
Don Fitzpatrick asks, out of everyone you wrestled, who was the one that scared you the most and why? Was there ever anybody with a reputation that kind of preceded them that you were getting into the ring with, maybe a little bit intimidating?
No, it never happened, bro.
No, you weren't really intimidated by anybody.
No, not that I can think of.
Wow. See, I told a story here not too long about Tommy Dreamer being like 19 years old, and he was telling me that he had to work with Dick Slater. Now, Tommy's not a small guy, but Dick Slater is a very scary human being. I feel like that would be a really intimidating thing where it's like, man, if I screw up, Dick Slater's going to be mad at me, and who knows where that's going to go. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah, so that I don't know. That's probably the one that would scare me the most. Whenever you cross paths with Dick Slater, obviously he had a hell of a reputation. By the time, like when the bell rings, you're like, I'm fine. It's we're working. I got it.
Yeah. I mean, I had my altercation with Dick Slater. No doubt about that.
How bad was your altercation with Dick Slater?
It was bad. You know, I was dating his wife.
That is bad.
His ex-wife.
A little less bad, but still bad.
Yeah, I didn't know that they had been married.
Holy, what did Dick have to say to you?
Quite a bit.
Oh no.
Yeah, he wasn't real happy.
Now, is this before you would have to work with him in the ring?
Yeah, yeah,
Oh boy.
yeah.
Now, when you are stepping into the ring with him, are you like kind of preparing yourself like this might turn into a shoot?
Yep,
Sort of have to with that guy.
but it never did.
The two of you kind of became buddies too, right?
Yeah, we got along well.
Joshua Hitchens is up next. What did you think of Mad Dog Buzz Sawyer?
A worthless piece of shit.
Wow. All right.
That's the nicest thing I can say about him.
Now, what gave you that impression of Buzz?
He was just a nasty human being, man. He took advantage of people in the ring. He roughed up quite a few people, jobbers and stuff,
Mm-hmm.
And he just took liberties that weren't necessarily a good thing, man. They were rotten. But he was just a filthy human being, man.
Whenever I saw this question before, I did like do a little bit of research and saw that you'd work with Buzz on a few occasions over the course of your career. Now, human being aside, what did you think of his ring work whenever you get in there with him?
Ring work was good.
Mm-hmm.
But I couldn't stand the guy.
OG Scotty is up next. What can you tell us about how days off worked when you were with the WWF? Would you basically just get home and then turn back around and get back on the road?
That's pretty much it, man. Wash your clothes and go back again.
It's your wife.
So you would have like a day of essentially travel, right? Where you've got to get back to your house, and then you get back, maybe a day of rest, and then back on the road, right?
Back on the road, that's it.
That's a tough lifestyle.
Yeah, it's not a lifestyle, man.
Like at any
much life involved there.
At any point during your run, I know that you get fed up by 1992 and depart the WWF for what you were hoping was a better deal and less dates. But at any point during your run from 86 to 92, was there ever a thought like, I'm ready to just give it up, go back to work in the Indies?
Yeah, sure there was. They didn't last long, though.
The money, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, when you got whatever, 20 grand a week rolling in or however much you're making, it's really hard to argue with that.
Absolutely.
Jason Rusk DM me and he asks, you've talked about the failure of the Red Rooster gimmick before. As I watch it back now, a heel Terry seems better from that era. Do you feel that the gimmick could have had more life if he had stayed heel?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I thought the gimmick worked.
Did you really?
Yeah.
Now, did it just work because you like seeing Terry Taylor have to squirm?
Yep.
Do you think you could have pulled off the Red Rooster, Jake?
I can pull off anything.
That's the spirit. We're over here talking about you being a vampire. You can handle being a rooster.
Yeah, any cockapoo. I mean, cock-a-doodle-doo.
I knew what you meant. All right, everybody, it is time to take a break to talk about a sponsor that you know that I love. We are talking about DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NBA, and it is your place to bet on NBA stars this season. You know, all of your favorite NBA players are back, and we have got the hookup for new customers. New customers bet just $5 and get 3 months of NBA League Pass, plus score $300 if your bet wins, paid in bonus bets. Man, just when you thought that having the NBA season back couldn't get any better, DraftKings Sportsbook has got your upgrade. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and use code SNAKEPIT. That's code SNAKEPIT. Bet just $5 and get 3 months of League Pass plus $300 in bonus bets if your bet wins. In partnership with DraftKings, the crown is yours. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. In New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. In Connecticut, help is available for problem gambling. Call 888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org. Please play responsibly on behalf of Boot Hill Casino and Resort in Pass-through of per wager tax may apply in Illinois. 21 plus age and eligibility varies by jurisdiction. Void in Ontario. Restrictions apply. Bet must win to receive bonus bets, which expire in 7 days. Minimum odds required. NBA League Pass auto-renews until canceled. Additional terms at dkng.co/audio. Limited time offer. Jamie Franks is up next. Who do you think had the best submission finisher of all time? Anybody stand out?
Besides me.
What was your submission finisher?
Oh, yeah, I guess you're right.
Did you ever piss around with a submission?
No, not really.
You were knee lift and then right into DDT, right?
Yeah. I guess the best submission thing I ever watched was Kurt Angle.
The ankle lock.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good stuff. And like the way that they would tease people getting out of it, he'd lock it back in. That was good shit.
Yeah.
And actually, now that I think of it, you did have kind of a submission finisher, but it was more of like a put him to sleep finisher, the quick sleeper.
Yeah, the quick sleeper.
That is good stuff, Jake. Quick sleeper needs to be brought back.
It should.
We talked about it on the Calgary episodes, guys. Go back and check those out. But the quick sleeper, what an interesting gimmick. It's like you put the guy out, sometimes he'd come back too, and you put him out again. And it's like the idea was you had been roping cattle.
Yeah.
Or like if you needed to like do something to a cow on the farm or something, you'd put him out with that sleeper, just barehanded.
Yep. That's it, man.
Yambag Jones is up next. Are wrestlers superstitious? Any of the boys have any lucky rabbit's foot or refuse to change their gear after a good match?
I don't know about gear. I know that Yokozuna was afraid of spiders.
Was he?
Yeah, really afraid of them.
How did you learn that about him?
I heard that somewhere, man. I can't remember where, but it was true.
Now, did you have any kind of like rituals or anything that you would do to kind of ensure yourself that, okay, everything's going to be fine tonight, I'm ready for this match, that sort of thing?
Yeah, I smoke a cigarette.
That's it. Just go have a smoke.
Yeah.
Would that like settle your nerves or what?
Yeah.
How about that? Are you like smoking behind the building or were you just smoking these backstage?
Well, I smoked in the locker room back then.
Those were the days, man. People walking around the mall smoking.
Yeah.
The Pro Wrestling Exuberant asks, what do you consider your most significant moment in Georgia Championship Wrestling and why?
My most significant moment.
Yeah.
Probably wrestling Ronnie Garvin on WTBS.
Yeah.
You know, because we went out there and really went with it, you know.
WTBS. Yep. The Omni. You guys having those incredible moments.
Yeah.
Yeah, that rivalry is epic. Made some magazine covers back in those days, and all the pictures that we see of them, it's like it's not just like two guys throwing down or whatever. You guys are both blood soaked, and it's like what a cool rivalry.
Yeah, it was good.
Gary Unger kind of has a related question about the Georgia days. He asks, I know that the Legion of Doom name came from Jake and the Road Warriors watching Super Friends. Did Jake watch any other cartoons or adult animation like The Simpsons?
No, my favorite for all time's been the Three Stooges, man.
Yeah.
I can't get past them.
Even to this day.
Yeah, they're still above all.
They are hilarious. Do you remember how you guys found yourselves watching cartoons when you were living with the Warriors?
I don't remember how that happened.
Do you think it's safe to assume that marijuana was involved?
Oh, yeah, no doubt.
It just feels like a layup.
Yeah, if we were breathing, we were smoking.
Pat Coulter is up next. Does Jake have any memories of teaming with the Headhunters against Hakushi and Hayabusa and Tanaka at Terry Funk's retirement show in 1997?
Yeah, I remember that. It was horrible.
And not a good match?
No.
I've never seen it. But so like what, you guys just didn't have good chemistry?
Yeah, it didn't work.
A 6-man tag too. What a clusterfuck.
Yeah, it was a clusterfuck.
Terry Funk's retirement, though, did you believe that he was going to stay retired in 1997?
Right.
He had like Terry Funk's last match, like I feel like 10 times.
Oh, more than that.
Good for Terry. He's cashing in probably every time he does this. Did you hear how things shook out with Dory Funk Jr. and his Texas Death Match? It happened.
No, what happened?
He's fine. He survived miraculously. Not a Texas Death Match, an exploding barbed wire death match over there in Japan. He survived. He went over. Felt like he paid tribute to his brother. I have not seen footage of the match. I would venture to guess that he did not take a bump. I would think he was probably giving bumps during that.
Yeah.
But yeah, he did it, man. 83 years old. I think that makes him the oldest man ever to have a wrestling match.
Yeah, I guess so.
And according to you, he was moving slow back in 1983, so I can't imagine what that match looked like.
Exactly.
We'll do 3 more, and we're out of here. Jim Deem asks, according to Cage Match, you teamed up with The Undertaker a couple times in 1996 on dark matches. On one, you and Taker took on Diesel and Shawn Michaels on a dark match before Raw in February 96. Boy, Jim really did his fucking research. 4 years after facing Taker in your WWF match in 1992, what did you think of his progress?
Oh, he was fine. He had his shit down.
By then, he was like well-oiled machine, right?
Yeah, he was, man.
He also follows it up with, I didn't know you ever worked with Shawn during this time. In 1996, a lot of people thought he was the best in the world. Did you see a big difference in him from when you wrestled him in 1985?
Oh, fuck yeah. Just a bit.
A little more ring polish, right?
Yeah, a little.
Now, so you got to step into the ring with Shawn. Would you echo that sentiment during that time that he was the best wrestler on the face of the planet?
No.
Who, in your estimation, was Bret Hart? Yourself?
No. I don't think anybody has that right to say they're the best. There's just too many things that get involved.
Even great wrestlers can come out there and have stinkers if they don't have chemistry with their opponents, right?
Exactly.
Yeah, so it's kind of hard to quantify.
Yeah, you can't do it.
Last question, we'll wrap this one up. Chris Kalinsky asks, what was the moment when you knew it was time to end your in-ring career? Was there some specific instance that told you, okay, that's enough?
Yeah. Yeah, I was so blown up I couldn't breathe.
And
it scared me.
Gotcha.
Almost passed out.
So that happened, and you're like, okay, time to put a pin in this thing.
Yeah. When that happened, I said, okay, that's it. Enough.
So I think I saw where the last time you worked a match was like 2018, something like that. And when you're doing that, is it like, are you tag team matches? You're on the outside. You're not taking any bumps. You're just giving bumps kind of deal.
Yeah, but I couldn't do that.
What's that?
It was hard for me to do that.
Okay, so when that got hard, you're like, that's a wrap.
Yep.
Now, one more thing before we get into these notes, Jake, because something pretty significant happened. I don't want to let it pass by. Cody Rhodes recently did an interview, and he named you as his all-time dream opponent in wrestling. And I mean, gosh, man, what a huge compliment to you and your work. What does it mean to you to have a star the caliber of Cody Rhodes show you that kind of respect?
Well, it feels pretty damn good. Got to tell you that for sure. But yeah, I would be interested in that match for sure. You know, I've wrestled his brother, father, so I might as well kick his ass too.
Man, it was just so cool to see that. You know, this is the guy who is on top of wrestling. I think you can make the argument he's the biggest star in wrestling, certainly the biggest star in WWE. So pretty cool, man. Out of all the people, he didn't even name his father. He named Jake the Snake Roberts.
Yeah, that's pretty wild, man.
Fucking awesome. And yeah, that's a dream match I would, of course, love to see. Now, we can't get into these questions here. The first one we've got is from Brian Hull, who asks, there are a lot to choose from, but what do you think is the best gimmick match or stipulation?
Oh, wow. Well, I always liked the cage match until they fucked that up.
How'd they fuck it up?
Well, by allowing people to escape from the cage.
Mm.
I mean, when the cage was first introduced to wrestling, it was a situation usually where the babyface couldn't get his hands on the heel keep running, getting out, taking a disqualification, whatever, to hold on to a title usually. And you want to stop that. So what do? You want to stop all outside interference too. If that's the situation, then the perfect thing would be a cage.
Mm.
In the cage, there must be a winner. It's a fight to the finish. But they screw it up by allowing yourself to escape from the cage.
That's a really good point, Jake. Yeah, because if the idea is like this guy keeps being a coward and running away, he can still be a coward and run away if he can climb out of the cage.
But yeah, if he can climb all the way out.
Right. So it is exciting, kind of the push-pull concept of it where it's like they're going to climb up and get knocked down and all that sort of thing. But I see your point where it's like the idea is like, okay, now this guy's got nowhere to run. He's got to rely on his resourcefulness if he wants to win.
Yeah.
And now this is making me wonder, Jake, is there any type of gimmick match that you never got to do that you would have liked to have tried?
Well, I think I've done most of them.
Yeah.
Maybe a TLC.
Oh my gosh, a TLC match.
Yeah.
I know that you once took an unintentional table bump. Would you go through a table in a match if it called for it?
Sure would.
All right. No thumbtacks, though.
No thumbtacks, no glass, none of that bullshit.
No barbed wire or light tubes.
No baseball bats.
Oh. Have you ever watched one of those death matches that have got the barbed wire and light tubes and all that in it?
Yeah, I have.
I mean, on the surface, I guess it sounds like something that could be entertaining for fans, but holy shit, man, talk about taking your life in your hands.
Yeah, it's just, you're putting your career on the line.
If you were to go back in time, Jake, let's say you're 24, 25 years old, and some promoter was like, hey, man, I'll give you a massive payoff, but you got to do a death match. Would you do it?
As long as I didn't have to die.
So you would take a light tube as a young man if you needed to?
I probably would.
If the payoff's there, it's, DiBiase used to say everybody's got a price. So I guess, nothing's necessarily off the table.
Yeah, probably right.
Christopher is up next, and he asks, Mid-South was my favorite era of wrestling. Can Jake talk about what set Mid-South wrestling apart from the kind of wrestling you see anywhere else?
Well, at Mid-South, you had to get your ass in there and go with it. You couldn't play around. There was no horse shit. The matches usually, if you were up the card and had a spot at all, you'd do 25 minutes for a match.
Mm.
That was every night. And the matches had to be intense because Bill Watts demanded that.
So in other words, you couldn't just be like some jabroni untrained off the street. You had to be able to go to work in Mid-South.
Go to get a job there.
Here's a related question from Janko Nesty, if that is the real name. What time period would Jake say represented his absolute best work as a wrestler? Not necessarily his most memorable or entertaining, just great wrestling.
Probably the Mid-South years.
Yeah, probably. I like all your work really as I go back and watch it, but there's something about Mid-South and the atmosphere. And maybe it is just because every single person on the roster could go that it's like, it's every match was exciting.
Yeah, certainly true.
I mentioned before here that I had the pleasure of riding with Tommy Dreamer at one point, and he was talking to me about what a massive Mid-South wrestling fan he is. Even to this day, he'll go back and watch a lot of your stuff and Ted's and everybody who was there. And he said that what really sticks out to him is that all the action happens in the middle of the ring, and that's something that really stuck with me. What exactly does that mean? Like, why is it better to be in the middle of the ring as opposed to sides or outside?
Well, here's the thing, and I agree with it. You're wrestling for the fans. If you get out on the floor, there's going to be a lot of fans that cannot see what you're doing.
Mm.
You know? So you're cheating them. So keep it in the middle of the ring. That way everybody sees it.
Boy, that's a really good point. It's something I didn't really think about, is especially with the production quality in Mid-South. It's like they've probably got a hard cam and maybe one floor cam.
That's it.
And so, like, you're trying to draw people or make people excited who came there live, too. So if you're just working on one side of the ring or whatever outside, nobody's going to be able to see shit for like 3/4 of the arena.
That's it.
Good stuff. Jake, this is making me think of a question I have for you that's been that I've been meaning to ask. It's I've had two wrestlers now, Ted DiBiase and Ronnie Garvin, tell me that the best match they ever saw was Dory Funk Jr. versus Jack Briscoe. And Ted has even gone as far as to say that if someone wants to become a wrestler, they need to watch that match as part of their training. So I say all that to say, is there any match that you feel that way about?
No, but for a body of work, I'd go with Terry Funk.
Okay. Like, fans have got to go back and watch Terry's work.
Yeah, you got to go back and watch the early Terry's work.
How early?
Early 70s.
Okay. Now, what do you think it was about Terry during that period that really made him stand out?
He was just phenomenal, man. He had it all.
I'm sure I could find this on like cagematch.net or something, but I'll just ask you, did you ever work with Terry Funk back in the day?
No.
You never had an opportunity to work with Terry Funk?
Dude, you wrestled Terry Funk.
That's fucked up, man.
Yeah, it is.
Boy, that's one of those ones that like probably highlight real material. One of those ones that, again, people will be talking about like this Jack Briscoe thing. And two of you going, holy shit, that would have been nice.
Yeah, it would have been.
Brian Minnick is up next. Jake, do you have any special memories or matches from the Long Island Coliseum? Anything stand out about that place?
Yeah, the brutality the fans put on your ass.
The fans?
Fans were brutal there, man.
Doing what?
They'd throw all sorts of shit at you. Batteries. Oh, man, those hurt.
What the fuck, a battery?
Yeah.
Like a D-cell?
Yeah.
Oh my God. That could really fucking do some damage.
Yeah, I could. Get one of those off your noggin, see how you feel.
When you would get struck with something like that back in the day, like we always see like Bruiser Brody, if somebody would hit him with something, he would literally jump into the crowd and go find the guy. Did you ever go do anything like that?
Yeah.
Did you beat the guy's ass when you got a hold of him?
Yeah.
Like, I would be so infuriated if somebody hit me with something. Like, throwing a fucking drink at somebody is one thing, but holy shit, man, something that could make me have to go to the hospital that night.
Yeah, I got hit with a bottle.
A bottle?
Yeah.
Where was that?
Cleveland.
In Cleveland.
Yep.
What did you do to incite that kind of rage, Jake?
I pissed somebody off, man.
Was the bottle at least empty?
Yeah, it was empty.
Okay, there's that. A little less heavy.
It was a pint bottle.
And you went and found the motherfucker?
Yep.
And how did that go for him?
Not good.
I don't imagine.
Not good. I think he might have needed a bottle of whiskey to cure himself.
Richard Patterson is up next. Which opponent gave you the biggest receipt in the ring, and who did you give your biggest to?
Sid Vicious is who I gave my biggest one to.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
What did Sid do to incite that?
Clothesline the dog piss out of me.
Okay, so he got a little rebuttal.
Yes, he did.
Now, did you ever do anything, but whether on purpose or by accident, that made somebody give you a receipt later on?
No,
You were always working pretty like snug, as you say, but not hurting anybody.
no. Yeah, I didn't hurt anybody, man, but I did work snug.
As I'm stepping into the ring, I really see the value in working snug because, like, I'll give you an example. At one point, I was seated and somebody came off the ropes and hit me with a super kick.
Yeah,
Except they didn't fucking touch me, and so I'm not looking, so I didn't sell it because I didn't feel anything.
right.
Right. So and the guy was like, "Bump," and I was like, "For what? Like, you didn't fucking do anything." So I want at least a little contact.
Yeah, you got to have contact. If you don't give me contact, I won't sell it.
Yeah, because if you're not touching me, somebody in the crowd is seeing it, right?
Yep.
It's funny though. You don't want it to go too far when it's, "Hey, give me a little contact," and then that super kick is like an inch too far.
Yeah.
Okay, we're going to do another quick break to talk about something that I know that people who listen to podcasts really place a lot of value on. You know, whether you're listening to this as an audio podcast, whether you're listening to it on YouTube and kind of doing your thing while it plays in the background, I know that being able to hear clearly and with high quality is something that podcast listeners prioritize. I know that that's the case for me, at least. And we have got your hookup. This message is sponsored by Raycon. Raycon's everyday earbuds have become a go-to gift for the holidays. I mean, look, they sound great. They last all day and then some, with 32 hours of battery life, and actually stay comfortable no matter how long you wear them. Over 4 million people already have a pair. So if you've been curious, right now is the time to try them out. For Black Friday and Cyber Monday, you can get up to 30% off all Raycon products. It is absolutely perfect for gifting or giving a little gift to yourself. Man, I love, and I mean absolutely love, the holiday season. Nothing is better than the feeling. It starts to get a little bit crisp outside. You start to think about, man, what am I going to get for my loved ones? What cool things might I receive? The only thing that I do not like about the holiday season is toiling over what exactly I'm going to get for people. I have no idea what to get for my wife this year, and Raycon just gave me the idea, dude. This is it. My wife, just like everybody else, loves listening to music, loves listening to podcasts, and now I've got a way to absolutely hook her up with these earbuds. The Everyday Earbud Classic are loaded with upgrades. We're talking about active noise cancellation, multi-point connectivity so you can pair with 2 devices at once, and an ergonomic fit that actually stays put no matter what you're doing. The new colors are also a huge perk. I know that my wife is going to love having custom colors. I'm kind of between a few for her. I know that she really likes violet. I know that she's super into teal and turquoise. So I'm going to explore my options over there. But it's because I know that for her, that these aren't just earbuds. These aren't just a way for her to listen to music or podcasts. It's kind of like a fashion accessory that matches her. Everyday features live up to the name with these things. Quick charge. I'm talking about 10 minutes. You get 90 minutes of playtime. And again, up to 32 hours of battery life with the case. There's awareness mode. Perfect if you're out taking the dog for a walk or out running errands, so you can stay tuned in on what's happening around you without missing a beat. Plus, over 3 million, let me say that one more time, 3 million customers already have and love Raycons, and they come with a 30-day happiness guarantee. What that means is if you don't absolutely love them, returns are easy, so you have absolutely nothing to lose by doing this. Man, let me tell you, as much joy as I know that I get out of listening to music, listening to podcasts, out there doing my thing and having some entertainment while I'm at it, as much as I love all that, it's when you get bad earbuds, it makes a big difference and kind of ruins the entire experience. That's why Raycon is beyond a doubt the way to go. These things are reliable, they're stylish, and they last. I'm telling you, it's time for you to upgrade, and we are going to help you out with it. Raycon is going big for Black Friday and Cyber Monday. Everything is up to 30% off. Just click the link in the description or go to buyraycon.com/snakepit to save on Raycon audio products site-wide. One more time, that is 30% off. Just click the link in the description or go to buyraycon.com/snakepit. You can save on Raycon and you can enjoy an audio experience like you have never had before. Philip Keys is up next. What was your tanning routine like back in the day?
I didn't have to tan, man.
Really?
I have a natural skin color, man, that just, I'm one of those people that just didn't have to tan. I was brownish anyway.
Wow. Lucky you, dude, because a lot of guys were spending a lot of time and a lot of money either spray tanning or going into the beds.
I never had to do any of that shit.
Lucky. BJ Side Effect Atkins. What a name. Have you ever thought about running a wrestling company? You have a mind for the business for sure.
Sure, I've thought about it.
What do you think held you off?
Just not the right opportunity, man.
I gotcha.
Not the right opportunity.
Do you think you would have enjoyed being a promoter? It sounds like a huge headache.
Yeah, I think I would have enjoyed it. I enjoyed booking Georgia Championship Wrestling immensely. Really enjoyed that.
And Mid-South for that matter.
Yeah, Mid-South too.
When you were doing that sort of thing, because I know that you had some office jobs in those days, both territories. Did you ever do anything to help book buildings or anything?
No.
That's where I think it would probably start to get really annoying as a promoter.
They would suck.
Yes. Maybe hire somebody else to do that shit. Up next, we've got Eric, who reached out to me in my DMs and asked something that's been kind of circulating as a rumor for a really long time now. He says, there was talk that if you hadn't left the WWF after WrestleMania 8, that you would be working with Bret Hart for the IC belt at SummerSlam 1992 in London. Any truth to that?
Never knew.
So if that was a plan, they never came to you.
Nope.
Does that sound like a feud or rivalry that you would have liked?
I think I could have enjoyed the shit out of it.
You've said before, like Brett's promo work really wasn't up to snuff, subpar, which I think that most fans would probably agree with. He was never a great promo, but do you think that you could have really still gotten the best out of Brett, at least in ring?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. We would have taken it to a different level. We would have probably had some 45-minute matches.
Man, that's fun to think about. Yeah, it's I do think that a guy like you could, especially your character at the time, you're such a nasty, vicious heel that like maybe you could have actually brought something out of Brett that he wasn't getting with other people.
Yeah, I know I could have.
Well, the next question is actually related. It's K Cho from Twitter who asks, "How would you have booked a feud versus Bret Hart? What would the story look like?" So, perfect world, Jake. What do you think that story would have been?
I have no idea, brother. Off the top of my head, I can't give you anything.
That's one of those things where it's like you were a great booker, but you've got to sit down and really kind of think things out and say like, well, this is happening, or we're going to be in this town or whatever to really kind of officially book something, right?
Yeah, it would probably have been so simple as maybe a slap in the face.
There you go.
That would start the feud.
Personal insult. I always love the fact that like his dad was around the WWF a lot, and maybe you could play into that a little bit, like talk shit at his dad or mention that you used to work for him. Slap the shit out of his mom, Helen.
Yeah.
I mean, you just slap Liz. Why not?
Yeah, no shit.
Carl Bramblett is up next. He says, this is from Mama Bramblett, who's 69 from Memphis. Why Jake the Snake? It's obvious that it rhymes, but when did the snake first take place in your name?
Oh, God. You got me there.
You don't remember where it came from?
I just started using it.
It makes sense. Like tall, lean kid, and Jake, it just works. And you had been working as Jake Smith, so probably a pretty easy transition.
Yeah.
I'm going to do my best not to butcher this name. Suchait Mandahar asks, when you turned heel in 1991, you got new entrance music. Trust me. I always thought it was one of the most sinister themes that fit you really well. What did you think about that theme music when it was presented to you?
I didn't like it at first.
Really?
After that, it grew on me.
Just the idea of like getting used to something new and entering to something new.
Yeah.
Now, you say it grew on you. If you had to choose between your two themes, which one are you going with?
I'm still going with the first one.
That first one had it had such a good beat that you walking to the ring to that with the snake slung over your shoulder. I think heel or babyface. Yeah, it was just kind of got fans up.
Yeah.
Instagram, a wrestling historian is up next, and he asks, "What would have been a better finish to you for WrestleMania 6?" So that's the one with you and DiBiase. A, you winning the $1 Million Championship for the feel-good moment, or B, Ted DiBiase winning by pinfall or submission to get him the heat?
I wouldn't have minded DiBiase winning, but I think in his celebration, I would have DDT'd him.
Because that's a way he gets his belt back. You guys can end the rivalry, but the good guy gets to get out on top.
Yeah.
You know, Hacksaw used to do that with his matches a lot. He'd lose the match or lose by DQ, get pinned, whatever would happen. But at the end, he would grab his 2x4, chase everybody out of the ring. And at the end, the final image as they go to commercial or whatever is Jim with his 2x4 raised up above his head.
There you go.
Now, is that something that guys used to have to lobby for? Or is this because if Jim is doing this in every territory, it's is every promoter having this idea, or is Jim coming up with this on his own?
Everybody jumped on board on that one. It's a good finish. That way you get two things out of it. You get the heel's hand raised, and Jim stays good by swinging the 2x4.
Again, folks, not necessarily about going over. It's about getting over. And yeah, that's what Jim and Jake and these guys all did. Our old pal Peter D is up next. Hi, Jake. Were you in any mixed matches in your career? How does having a woman in a match change the dynamics, especially if you're a heel?
I never had that opportunity, but I would have loved to have done it.
Really?
Oh, yeah. Hell yeah.
What makes it an appealing idea for you?
Just the thought of working the crowd, grabbing the girl, threatening. You know, maybe a body slam.
I'll tell you what, the crowd certainly came unglued with that DDT on Dark Journey. So, imagine you body slamming, whether it's whether you're heel or baby face, you body slamming a female, you're gonna get some kind of a reaction.
Oh yeah.
Now, when you watch back these matches nowadays, it's men versus women pretty consistently. I was actually just at a live show here in Pittsburgh and saw one of those matches. So I say that to say, back in the day, it used to be when the woman would tag in, the man on the other side would have to tag out and tag in the female. So it would be woman versus woman. How would you feel about it if it's nope, you stay in the ring and wrestle the woman?
I wouldn't like that so much.
I think I know your reason why, but what is your reason? Go ahead.
I just think that you need to keep that separate, man.
You come into a weird spot as a man in that spot because it's you're grabbing a female and who knows where your hands are going to end up. B, eventually you're probably going to have to hit her in some way. And if you're a baby face, that certainly doesn't work.
No.
So yeah, it's, and C, you've got a sell for her probably, I would guess.
Yeah. Would.
So yeah, maybe a little bit of sticky territory. Next up, we've got Biggs55 who asks, here's one I don't think I ever heard asked. When did Jake come up with the finger circles in the air prior to the DDT? Always added to the build for the finish right after the short arm clothesline.
I can't remember. Just something I came up with.
You know, it makes me want to do a little bit of research because back in the day, it's guys would just get into their finish and then that would be at that. But then around the 80s, 90s, guys started signaling for their finish. So I wonder if you were among the first who started signaling hey, I'm about to polish this guy off.
I probably was.
I'm going to say you were. So you're the first anti-hero and the first guy to signal for the finish.
Good thing.
It is. All right, last question this week. We've got Lyle who asks, I've heard mixed things about Bruce Hart. Did you spend much time around him when you were in Calgary?
Yeah, in the locker room. We were in the locker room every night together. He was all right.
If I had to guess what Lyle's referring to, I think it's that Bruce has kind of developed a reputation for being a guy who's really much more interested in getting himself over than getting over anybody else who's involved in a match. Did you get that impression of him?
Well, yeah.
Would you would you say that you felt that way about all of the Harts, or was this a Bruce Hart specific thing?
All the Hearts were pretty good about it.
I don't want to come off like I'm insensitive to Canadian fans, especially like because I love the Hearts. I think the whole family they do incredible work. However, it does seem like they very often take themselves extremely seriously out there, and I don't know if it's a Canadian thing or a Hart thing. When you were working in Canada against Canadians, Jake, did you find that a lot of them took it really, really seriously? Who's going over and whatnot?
Yeah, they did, man.
So it's less than a Hart thing, more of like a cultural thing from Canada.
It's a Canadian thing.
It's a work. Like, why do you think that's the mentality up there?
I have no idea, bro.